What's up, guys? So I have kind of an interesting post today. A couple weeks ago, I was actually robbed. It's not as bad as it sounds. Yes, a vehicle did get taken and a couple of chainsaws, but I found out really quickly who it was. It was actually a pretty close family member who kind of knew kind of everything I had and decided to take advantage of me in a moment of desperation. It wasn't the first time that something was stolen by this person, but I thought that we took care of that and that wouldn't happen again. So my fault that it happened again, I guess. I know I'm not supposed to think that way, but you can't help but think you could have done some things to prevent it. So anyway, I went out and got, if you can see, it's the Night Owl 8-camera system. A good friend of mine has one of these and he recommended it. I have, let's see if I could show you. Currently I have this Iris camera. You can see it up there. I have a couple of those around the shop, but they're not as awesome as the Night Owl system. It doesn't alert you, or at least I don't know what I was supposed to do to get notifications if there was movement. It records clips and all that kind of thing, so I was able again to kind of find out who it was fairly quickly and that kind of thing. But with this Night Owl system that I got at Costco, I'll be able to get a real-time notice and find out what's going on right away. So anyway, so yeah, like I said, it was somebody that I knew, a family member. So they had access to the garage. I didn't know they had that access, but because they were around me for so long, they had a way to get in, and so he went right to where my keys were, and he found one of the keys to one of the vehicles and took it and took a couple chainsaws, pawned them. Anyway, the police were involved and all that kind of thing. That's another thing. When it's somebody that's really close to you, you feel like maybe you shouldn't get the authorities involved, but I think that I think you kind of have to kind of get the point across that you're just not going to put up with this kind of thing. That reminds me, I was recommended a book called Boundaries, and it's not a cheap audio book. It's like $28, but I recommend getting it if there's anybody in your life that who just goes through family members after family members. It just takes and takes and never gives and just sucks the life out of you. I recommend, if you have somebody like that in your family, I recommend getting that audiobook and really hearing it out. I think that if you're into audiobooks that are like self-help and motivating and business-wise and all that kind of stuff, then I think you should add this to your library. I wish I would have known about this book, this audiobook, a long time ago. I think that it could have helped me avoid some of the heavy situations that I'm in right now with some family members now because of this whole thing. I think if I would have read this book, I would have understood what it's like to deal with somebody like this right away, rather than wait until you're just emotionally beat up and you're at the point where you have to call the police. I recommend that. I wish I would have read that a long time ago. But anyway, like I said, everything's all good. I think that this is kind of like a new, I don't want to say a fresh start. That sounds like a little too much, but anyway, that's over with now. Now at this point, I'm just gonna make sure all my equipment in my shop is secure with cameras and just take maybe some additional measures to make sure that it would make somebody trying to steal something harder. So anyway, if you have a shop, I recommend getting some cameras. So this is my current system. It's the, like I said, it's the Iris. Oh shoot, there it is. It's the Iris camera. This one, I just kind of have it facing the front door so I could see people walking in. And then I have one in the shop that will, I could see what's going on. I had these Iris cameras, not because I thought that was gonna be the best security system in the world. It's just that I have this office set up to be able to turn on lights from my phone and the thermostat, So the thermostat was my main thing that I ended up installing with mobile accessibility because there's hardly no insulation in my shop here. So especially with the garage door being open sometimes and things like that. So it gets really cold or really hot. And so the old thermostat that was here would just kick on and it would just never turn off. So I had to do this to kind of monitor the energy that I was saving or using too much of. Anyway, it's almost all done. I just have one more camera to install, and I want to do that on the other side of the building. I got this monitor with the mount that can move. So if I'm at my desk, I can move it that way, or if I could just leave it facing the window, so if somebody does try anything, at least they know that it's being monitored. So anyway, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I've got to do some changes to it. There's a couple of cameras that I want to, maybe change the angle a little bit. But I can see my garage, where all the equipment is stored, in the middle ones, the outside, and inside the office. So there's one more camera. Like I said, it's gonna be put on the other side of the building, but I feel pretty good about it. I set up the alert notification feature, and yeah, it lets you know right away. So when I come to unlock the garage door, the office door in the morning, it alerts me before I even get to the door. So it's, as I'm walking from the car to the door, I'm already getting an alert. And so it works really well. And so I don't know, I feel really great about it. Total cost with the TV monitor and the TV mount, probably looking at 650, maybe 675 total. And that includes me doing it myself. So, I mean, if you had to pay somebody else, you're probably looking at $1,000 easily altogether to do this. But I'm really happy with it. So, should have done this pretty much the same week I moved in here, 3 or 4 years ago. Should have done it then. But anyway, it's done now. I'm happy with it. It's the Night Owl 8-channel HD system. So I got it at Costco. There was a deal going on, so it was like $500 out the door with it. So I probably could have got a bigger monitor. I was thinking about it, but I thought, it's gonna be on my mobile device. I could put it on any device at home when I turn it on. You just need Wi-Fi, and you can, or LG or whatever. From your cell phone, you can watch the system from anywhere, and on a computer, you just have to have Wi-Fi at whatever computer you're on, anywhere. So I thought because of that, I don't need a huge screen. I just get this one just to watch here while I'm at work. Anyway, talk to you later.